There's a reason you feel different, a reason you feel disconnected from the world, as if no one truly understands you. It's not a mistake. It's not bad luck. It's divine intervention. God isolates His chosen ones for a purpose. And if you're experiencing this solitude, you need to hear this message today. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I feel so alone, even in a crowd? Why do people distance themselves from me for no reason? Why does it seem like every time I get close to someone, something pulls us apart? If you've experienced this, you're not cursed. You're chosen. And in this video, we're going to break down 3 powerful reasons why God isolates His chosen ones. Stay with me until the end, because this message could change the way you see your entire life. And before we dive in, I want you to drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever felt isolated, like God was pulling you away from the world? Let's talk about it. And if this resonates with you already, hit that like button to let me know you're ready to receive this message. Introduction. Setting the stage. 300 words. There are moments in life when everything goes silent. Friends disappear. Opportunities seem to vanish. And even the people you thought would be by your side forever start to drift away. You're left standing alone, wondering, why is this happening to me? But let me tell you something powerful. This isolation is not a punishment. It's preparation. If you are a chosen one, God has set you apart for a divine purpose. He's not allowing you to blend in with the crowd because you were never meant to fit in. And before He can elevate you, He needs to separate you. Throughout history, we've seen this pattern with some of the greatest leaders and prophets. Moses was isolated in the wilderness before leading his people to freedom. Jesus spent 40 days alone before stepping into His divine mission. Even Joseph was separated from his family and thrown into a pit before rising to power in Egypt. Why does God do this? Why does He strip away distractions and relationships, leaving you in a season of solitude? It's because He's strengthening you, refining you, and preparing you for what's next. And today, we're going to reveal 3 powerful reasons why God isolates His chosen ones. By the end of this video, you'll no longer see your isolation as suffering, but as the divine setup that it truly is. So if you're ready to discover the truth, let's get into it. Stay locked in, because what I'm about to share could shift your entire perspective on your journey. Reason number 1. Isolation for spiritual training. When God sets apart the chosen ones, He strips away distractions, negative influences, and worldly noise. It's a spiritual boot camp, one designed to shape you into a warrior of faith, wisdom, and strength. Think about the greatest leaders in history. Moses, Elijah, even Jesus. They all faced periods of extreme solitude before stepping into their divine purpose. God removes the crowd so you can hear His voice clearly. If you've ever wondered, why am I suddenly losing friends? Why do I feel disconnected from the world? It's because isolation is your training ground. The chosen ones are put through divine refinement, like gold in fire, to emerge as stronger, unshakable forces of light. Biblical example: Moses' 40 years in the wilderness. Moses, once a prince of Egypt, had to be exiled into the wilderness for 40 years before he could return to free God's people. In that time, he learned patience, leadership, and complete trust in divine guidance. Similarly, your isolation is not punishment, but preparation. Modern-day reflection. Look at the people who have achieved massive breakthroughs: spiritual leaders, visionaries, inventors. Isolation bred their genius. The time you spend alone isn't a curse, it's a sacred calling. Comment below, have you ever experienced a season of extreme solitude? What did it teach you? Let's talk about it. Reason number 2. Protection from spiritual attacks. Chosen ones carry an anointing so powerful that darkness wages war against them. God isolates you because not everyone around you is for you. The spiritual attacks intensify as you rise into your purpose. Betrayals, jealousies, energy vampires. They can't touch what they can't reach. This is why you feel disconnected, misunderstood, even unwelcomed in spaces you once belonged to. God is shielding you from forces that could corrupt, delay, or derail your destiny. Story of Joseph, the dreamer who was betrayed. Joseph was given a prophetic dream, but when he shared it, his own brothers plotted against him. He was sold into slavery, thrown into prison, and forgotten. But his isolation was God's strategy. It positioned him perfectly to rise to power when the time was right. Your real-life parallel. Think of the betrayals you faced, the fake friends, the envy, the sudden shifts in your relationships. God removed them for a reason. He saw what you couldn't, conversations behind your back, hidden agendas. Isolation is not rejection, it's divine redirection. Drop A in the comments if you've seen this happen in your own life. Reason number 3, divine transformation and awakening. The final and most powerful reason for isolation is transformation. God is upgrading your spirit, mindset, and energy to handle the next level of your journey. Chosen ones don't operate on worldly frequencies. They evolve, ascend, and walk in supernatural alignment. This transformation requires a shedding of the old habits, limited beliefs, fear-based thinking. The world conditions people to think small, live in fear, and conform. But the chosen ones are meant to break out of the matrix. Jesus' 40 days in the wilderness, a metaphor for your own awakening. Before Jesus began his mission, he was led into isolation. In that wilderness, he faced temptations, struggles, and spiritual battles. But he emerged unstoppable, anointed, and fully activated in his divine mission. What this means for you. Your season of isolation is rewiring your consciousness. God is removing what no longer serves you. Limited mindsets, fear-based conditioning, toxic influences. When you step out, you won't be the same. You'll move differently, think differently, and operate in a realm most people will never understand. This is why chosen ones can't relate to the masses. They see beyond illusion. They sense energy shifts. They are always 3 steps ahead. Comment I am AWAKINing below if this resonates. If you're in a season of isolation right now, understand that it's temporary. God isolates before he elevates. You are not alone. You are being positioned. The key is to trust the process. Stop fighting to go back to old environments, old relationships, or old versions of yourself that no longer align with your spirit. Instead, embrace the silence. It's where God speaks the loudest. And when the time is right, he will reintroduce you to the world in a way no one saw coming. The very people who doubted you, abandoned you, and underestimated you will witness your rise. A final word of prophecy. 2025 is going to be a massive year of activation for the chosen ones. You will step into divine purpose, supernatural abundance, and unstoppable confidence. Everything that was taken will be restored tenfold. Your energy, your vision, and your mission are about to be magnified. If this message spoke to you, hit the like button. Let's get this out to more chosen ones who need this right now. Comment below. What part of this resonated the most? What's your experience with isolation? Let's have a real conversation. Subscribe for more messages like this. The chosen ones are awakening, and the time is now.